In August 2022, a German-Iraqi beautician named Sherabin from Munich was reported missing. After they reported their 23-year-old daughter missing, her parents and family began the search for her in the last place they knew she was going to be. When her parents last seen Sherabin, she said that she wanted to get her mail from her old apartment located in Ingolstadt. Sherabin had been staying with her parents for the last 2 weeks because her and her husband had been fighting. He wanted her to move out of the apartment because they had been arguing a lot for the last couple of months. The couple was together for 4 years and separated for about 2 weeks before Sherabin went missing. Her parents and family were desperate to find any trace of Sherabin. So when Sherabin K's parents came upon Sherabin's Mercedes in a quiet residential area by the banks of Danube, they must have felt a short-lived sigh of relief. It was just before midnight on August 16, 2022, when Sherabin's parents peered inside the car only to see a devastating and gruesome scene. In the back seat of the car, they seen a bloody, disfigured woman with long black hair. Sherabin's devastated parents called the police and identified the victim as their 23-year-old daughter. Police and first responders tried to save Sherabin, but there was nothing they could do for her. With the crime scene taped off and the body moved to the morgue, the investigation into who killed Sherabin got underway. The body was found on Tuesday night. The grieving family of Sherabin suffered less than a day before they got a visit from the police officers. The police officer told the family, "Good news, your daughter is alive." The family was happy because they thought Sherabin was dead. To everyone's surprise and shock, the autopsy revealed an almost unfathomable revelation. The victim was not Sherabin K. It hasn't been revealed how the coroner's suspicions first arose. It could have been because of missing or visible markings such as tattoos or birthmarks that did not match Sherabin's description. Maybe it was a DNA test that was given to the victim for identification purposes that revealed the shocking discovery. We don't know for sure what sparked the first suspicions in the coroner's mind, but what we do know is that the victim was not Sherabin. The victim's true identity, Khadija O. Khadija O was a 23-year-old Algerian beauty blogger from Heilbronn in the state of Baden-Württemberg. Investigators and Sherabin's family members were undoubtedly puzzled and shocked by this revelation. How did a woman from a neighboring state who looked like Sherabin end up in Sherabin's vehicle tragically murdered? And where was Sherabin? The investigation was underway, and soon all these questions would be answered. Sherabin K and her 24-year-old boyfriend, Shakur, carried out a devious plan that started with Instagram. Investigators found that weeks before the murder of Khadija, Sherabin used social media to communicate with several women who bared a striking resemblance to herself. She used numerous aliases and promises to try to lure her lookalikes to a meeting. She was unsuccessful until she contacted Khadija. Khadija was lured into a meeting with Sherabin after Sherabin promised her cosmetic items. When the meeting was set, Sherabin and Shakur drove to Khadija's apartment and picked her up. After leaving Hebron, Sherabin and Shakur drove Khadija to a wooded area where they somehow managed to get Khadija out of the car. The murderous pair began to stab Khadija over 50 times, severely disfiguring her face in the process. When they were satisfied with what they had done, the pair carried Khadija's lifeless body to Sherabin's car and placed her in the back seat. The pair then drove the vehicle back to Ingolstadt. and parked the Mercedes in a quiet residential area. The vehicle was left there until it would later be discovered by Sharaban's parents on August 16th. On August 19th, 2022, just 3 days after the discovery of Khadija's body, Sharaban and Shakir were arrested and charged with murder. The reason? Prosecutors believe that Sharaban wanted to fake her own death because of a family dispute. It's believed that she wanted to start a new life.